We have to provide training for employees in relevant to safety considerations. Then we have to provide personal protective equipments. And in relevant to quality of work, we have to make sure the goals that we set are clear and realistic. And we have to provide them with fair payments, fair facilities. Then in relevant to stress also, there were some strategies in the slide where you can do provide a wellness program, then the counseling, those things you can mention, right? So then you have to explain them as well. So that's what the question number 2. It's relevant to health and safety. Um, and sometimes one question can be relevant to one lesson, or sometimes there can be a combination of several lessons. Now, in question number 3, it includes questions from performance management lesson and training as well. No, only performance. Yes, training also, right? So here, I will give you like few minutes. Just try to write answer for this question. Um, you don't have to explain, that means elaborate the answer, otherwise it will take time. Just write it in point form. Now in the first question, it's asking explain the functional relationship between these. That means simply you have to explain what does it mean by this function. Then here it is asking explain how training and development can be used to enhance performance. So just write it in point form, no need to explain. What does it mean by this function and how training will be useful in performance, and the difference between behavioral and result expectations. So I will give you a few minutes. You can either write or you can try to find answer from the previous notes or slides. So we'll give you a few minutes, then we will discuss. Okay, hope you have found the answer for first one. Um, can any of you tell what does it mean by this function? Any answers?
There are two main factors, ability and motivation.
Motivation, yes. So then here it says mainly employee performance will be depend on their ability and motivation. So then here you can first explain that point. Then you can tell what does it mean by ability. Ability mean their capability to perform something. Motivation mean their willingness, so their desire to perform it, right? So then in this function, what it says, in order to make sure that employees are performing well, they need to have capacity, which means ability, and also they should have to have a desire or willingness to do it, right? So both are important. That's what it explains in this. So then you can briefly explain it. No need to write too much. Just give a brief explanation. Then you can get 5 marks, right? Even if you cannot remember what does it mean, you can even write A mean ability, M mean motivation, EP mean employee performance. That also you can write. So at least you can get 1 mark, right? Then can you tell any points for this? How training and development can be helpful in enhancing performance?
Knowledge upgradation.
Sorry?
Knowledge upgradation.
Okay, yes, we can improve their knowledge and skills as well. What else?
Boosting confidence.
Boosting confidence, yes.
Motivation.
Motivation and motivate them or maybe even
Adaptability.
satisfy. Sorry?
Adaptability.
Adaptability, yes. Here
Reducing
mainly
errors.
reducing errors, mistakes, yes. Yes, you can explain that. You can just highlight this kind of few points, maybe 5. Then you can briefly explain. That will be fine. Even if you cannot explain, just try to write in point form. Then you can get marks up to some level, maybe 5 or 6 marks, right? So yes, this we can consider, and also they can even ensure. Yeah, they can even ensure career advancements also through this, which will helpful. That means they will be motivated to improve their performance through that. So those kind of points you can mention. And then third question, it's asking behavioral and result expectation. So this we have learned under one step of performance management. So then here, if you want, you can draw a table and explain. That means differentiation, you can show it in a table, or else you can just explain. So first you have to tell what does it mean by behavioral expectation. So that means simply in terms of the employee behavior, what are the things that company is expecting from them. Result expectations mean outcome wise, what we are expecting from them. So result expectations we can measure in terms of numbers, right? Behavioral expectation we will be mostly measuring in terms of a Likert scale. Uh, Maybe from very good to poor, likewise we will be have a Likert scale. Result expectations we can measure in terms of numbers. So then you can get one example. Now here it's asking in relevant to sales employee. We have done this in class as well. So then you can tell in relevant to sales employee, what are the examples for behavioral expectation? Maybe to be friendly, be patient with customers, then treat customers well, then maybe listen to their maybe whatever the concerns they are having, right? So those kind of behavioral expectations you can mention. Result expectations would be maybe to enhance sales, enhance number of consumers, attract new consumers. Likewise, you have to mention with numbers what are the result expectations. So we have done one example in class. So that's what you have to do in the third question. Then next one, relevant to reward management and also employee movements. So try to do this one as well. Again, I will give you a few minutes to find the answers for question number 4. It's relevant to reward management and employee movements. Okay, we'll see answers. First one, this one also we have done in class. It's asking about intrinsic rewards and extrinsic rewards. So it's asking explain whether both of them are critical for achieving goals, or can we focus on sharpening just one and ignore the other, right? So we have already done this in class. So because of that, I will tell the answer. So I told you both are important, but depend on the situation and the person. The importance can be differ, right? So you can write here to this question. You can argue whatever the way you want. There is no one correct answer. Depend on how you are justifying your answer, you can get marks, right? So it's up to you to write the answer. That means the justification is the one that will be considered. So here you can write either this way. You can say both are important, or else you can write depend on the person or the situation. Importance can be differ, right? Or even you can write intrinsic is more important than extrinsic. Or one can write extrinsic is more important than intrinsic. So these any of these answers you can write. The point is whether you can justify it or not, right? So if you say both are important, then you have to say why. Why you say that both are important. If you say it depend on the situation or person, then you have to justify why you say that. You can even provide an example, right? So likewise, any of these answers are correct, or else you can say intrinsic rewards will be more ideal in long term, right? While extrinsic rewards will be more ideal in short term. Likewise, you can even write that way as well, right? So if you say both are important, you can say what does it mean by first intrinsic reward and extrinsic rewards. You have to explain that. You have to first tell what does it mean by these two rewards. Then you can even give examples as well. Then you can say intrinsic rewards mean simply the rewards that is created within yourself, right? That means your satisfaction, happiness, feeling of achievement. Those are what we call intrinsic reward. So then you can say when you are doing a project or when you are performing in organization, if you are not satisfied with what you are doing, then it will create demotivation, right? So that means it will lead to that means you are not focusing on achieving goal. That means if you are not motivated, it can lead to low achievement of goals, right? In that way, you can justify intrinsic rewards are more useful. Or else you can say extrinsic rewards are more useful. So extrinsic rewards mean rewards that you will be receiving from an external party, means salary, benefits, all the things that you are receiving from the company, even appraisals from supervisors. So then you can say, even though you are satisfied with your work, if you are not receiving enough salary and other benefits, you will not be motivated to achieve goals. In that way, you can justify extrinsic rewards are more useful, right? Or else you can say, even though you have one, if you don't have the other one, you will not be motivated, which means both are important, right? Or else you can say in short term, if you have salary and all these things, you will be motivated. But if you are not satisfied with what you are doing, then in long term, it can affect to the goal achievement. Likewise, you have to justify your answer, right? So all these answers are correct. So for that, 10 marks will be given. Then can you tell me the answer for question number 2? What does it mean by strategic alignment in reward strategy design process? Any answers? That's the first step of reward strategy design process. Okay, so here what it means, I told you when it's come to organization, there are different levels of strategies. There can be corporate level, then corporate level strategies are there, which means for the entire organization. If we have strategies, that's we call corporate level. Then we can have functional level strategies. That means for different functions or departments, if we have strategies that we call functional level. Then we have operational level strategies as well. That means day-to-day basis, we have to have strategies that we call operational level. So then strategic alignment mean there should be an alignment between these levels. Again, corporate level strategies should be matched with functional level strategies. Functional level strategies should be matched with operational level. Likewise, these strategies should be matched with each other. That alignment we call strategic alignment. So then here you can explain in relevant to reward strategy design process. We will have a strategy for reward function. First here for the entire company, we will have a strategy, right? For the HR department, we have a separate strategy. Then for the reward function, we will have a separate strategy. So then that means reward strategy should be in line with HR department strategy, and HR department strategy should be, that means both of these should be in line with company strategy. That's what we call strategic alignment. So that's what you have to explain here. Then last question. Explain methods of layoff. That's what we have done last week. Can you remember layoff methods? Any answers?
LIF, FIF, formal method, arbitrary method.
Method, yes. Those are the ones. We have arbitrary method means we will be randomly picking a person to be layoff. So first of all, layoff mean temporary, we are going to stop employee work due to unexpected situation that company is facing. Then the first one, arbitrary method, that means randomly you're going to select people. Then we have last in first out, mean recent employees will be laid off first. Then you have first in first out, mean those who have joined earlier will be laid off first. And then you have formal method, means we will be going through a formal procedure. So then you can mention those methods first. Then you have to explain. These are the methods. If you even cannot remember to explain, you can write these four, then you can get 4 marks. For the explanation with examples, you can get remaining 6 marks, right? So that's the answer, and that's how marks will be allocated. Then let's see the final question. A question like this will be there. where you have to write either short notes on different terms or you have to differentiate terms. Any of those can be there. Terms දෙකක් දීලා differentiate කරන්න හරි short notes ලියන්න හරි එන්න පුළුවන්. So then can you remember what does it mean by job design? We have learned that in the second lesson, I guess. So let's say that you cannot remember what does it mean by job design, but if you have written it's a function of HRM, still you can get 1 mark. එහෙම මොකක්hari badge එකේ කවුරු හරි ලියලා තිබ්බා. That means that student may not remember what does it mean by the given term, but he or she has written that it's a one function of HRM. So I gave 1 mark because that's correct. So if you even cannot remember a definition, if you have written anything relevant, marks will be given because it's asking to write short notes. So then here you can say this is one function of HRM, and job design mean actually designing a job or maybe creating a job. So in there we will be considering about what is the job title, what are the duties, tasks, and responsibilities to be allocated to that job. So then you can explain what does it mean by duty, task, responsibilities, and even you can give example. මොකක්ද job එකක් example එකක් දෙන්න. We have done one in class, I think accountant. So you can write any of those things which relevant to 5 marks. ගොඩාක් ලියන්න එපා. 5 marks වලට relate වෙන විදියට you can write small short note. Then induction mean we will be introducing, that's also a function of HRM. So induction mean introducing a new employee to the organization. Or we can say introducing company to the employee, new employee. Then you can explain what are the things that will be done during the induction program. They will be providing introduction about the company history, company product services, about consumers, stakeholders. Then they will be introducing about company policies, procedures, then other duties that they have to perform, and also they will be introduced to new other employees of the company, and mostly there will be a company tour as well. So this information I have given you during the lecture, those things you can include under induction. Then employee relations management mean maintaining, that also a function of HRM. Maintain a good relationship between employees and managers. That's what we call employee relations management, that you can elaborate. Then external recruitment, you can say it's one of the recruitment method. Means you will be finding people to fill vacancies outside of the organization. Then you can give examples like advertisement, employee referrals, recruitment agencies, right? Or else you can even write advantages, disadvantages of external recruitment. ඒ ඔක්කොම ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. 5 marks වලට related විදියට you can write whatever correct. Then assessment center in selection. This one, you can say this is one of the selection method. So in here you can mention assessment center. We have learned there are 3 characteristics. First one is it's actually, it could be a 1 day or 2-day program where there will be all the candidates will be invited. So there will be several candidates. There will be several assessors, and there will be multiple selection methods. Those are the 3 characteristics of assessment center. multiple candidates, multiple assessors, and multiple assessment selection methods. So that you can explain. Right. So then 5 marks will be given for each, altogether 25 marks. Right, I will show you another paper as well. We will discuss this case study later. Before that, I will quickly go through another paper as well. Okay, this is the next paper. This is 17C weekday. In that paper, I haven't included any case study. So the questions are there. I will just quickly go through. First one, it's asking briefly explain the meaning of human resources and identify 5 unique characteristics of human resources. So here you have to first explain what does it mean by human resources. That means employees of the organization. For that, 2 marks will be given. Then you have to list down 5 characteristics of HR, like they can think, they are innovative and creative, and they are the only live resource. They can be trained. Likewise, you can mention any 5 characteristics. For that, 5 marks will be given, altogether 7. Then second question, it's asking to explain evolution of HRM by highlighting key phases. So you have to mention about the different phases in evolution, starting from period before industrial revolution, period of industrial revolution, then scientific management. Likewise, there were things like trade union movement, social responsibility, behavioral science, ඒ වගේ එක අපි papers ඉගෙන ගත්තා second lesson එකේ. So you have to mention those and explain. Let's say that you cannot remember how to explain. Even if you can remember those different phases or eras, you can just write. So you will get at least 7 marks for that. Then it's asking what is the generic purpose of HRM. So generic purpose is to get the right person for the right job at right time with right skills, right? You just have to write it 3 marks. Then similar question is there in question number 2. Occupational accidents can be defined as a sudden event which causes physical injury to the employee. Identify 5 occupational accidents that can be faced by an employee. Again, here you just have to give examples for occupational accidents. It can be falling, fire, slipping, or maybe any cutting, those things you can mention. Then Next one, it's asking to explain 5 strategies to improve employee quality of life. So then here you can mention maybe to provide employee training, then provide realistic goals for employees. Then we have to satisfy their expectations. Sometimes even providing counseling. Likewise, you can mention any 5 strategies. Those are there in slide also you can mention. And you have to explain them briefly. Then 10 marks given. Then third one, job stress is the harmful physical and emotional responses that occur when the requirement of the job do not match the capabilities, resources, or needs of the worker. Explain this statement with suitable examples. Here, I think we have done this question in class. What you have to do is you have to explain that model that we have learned in job stress, right? You can first tell job stress is this, the meaning is this. Then you can tell job stress occurs due to these reasons. And then you have to mention about the consequences. That's what you have to explain mainly. Here you have to highlight what are the causes of stress and also consequences of stress. So when explaining that, you can explain the model of stress that we have learned in class. Even if you cannot explain, you can just draw that model. Then you can get marks, some marks up to point. Then question number 3, it's asking to differentiate between on-the-job training and off-the-job training. Here you can draw a table and explain. It will be clear in that way. Or else you can write it in a paragraph as well. That's fine. So you can first tell on-the-job training mean training will be given while employees are working within the company. Where off-the-job training is a separate training given to employees outside of the work. Then you can point out examples for on-the-job training and off-the-job training. Then you can discuss advantages and disadvantages. Those are what you have to include. You can include definition, samples, advantages and disadvantages. Then next question, explain the importance of providing ongoing feedback to employees within the organization. So here, actually this one you have to think and write, only 5 marks given. Any answers? Why we need to provide feedback to employees? Any points that you can add? Okay, one is we have to make sure that employees are performing what we have given to them. That means whether they are performing their expected targets or not. So sometimes they may be not in the right track. In that case, in order to bring them back to the right track, we have to give feedback to them. Or else they will be lacking in some areas. In that case, we have to provide feedback to improve their performance, right? And sometimes they may face struggles to ensure there is a smooth performance, we have to provide feedback. Likewise, you can include anything in relevant to that. So feedbacks will be mostly given by immediate supervisor. Then final question asking, explain 360-degree method in performance evaluation. And you have to give pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. So you can say 360-degree method mean evaluation will be done by all the people around the employee. That means immediate supervisor, management, peers, subordinates, consumers, ඒ හැමෝගෙම evaluations ගන්න එක තමයි 360-degree method. Then you can mention what are the advantages. Advantages will be it is more accurate, and also we can reduce any bias issues. It can immediate supervisor විතරක් evaluate කරද්දී there can be bias, but if we get evaluation from several people, we can reduce those biasness, and we can get a more constructive evaluation. Those advantages are there. Disadvantages will be it will take time. It will sometimes even costly, and sometimes evaluations may not be matched with. There can be huge differences between ratings. In that case, there will be some conflicts. Those things you can mention. Those are there in the slide. Right. If you want, I will include here. Advantages will be constructive evaluation, accuracy, reduce bias or maybe errors. Disadvantages, time consuming, high cost, conflicts due to changes in ratings. These are some points. You can find more. So you have to briefly explain these points as well. With what does it mean by performance evaluation? Sorry, 360-degree method. Then question number 4. It's asking non-financial types of rewards do not provide any financial gain to employee. Instead, it focuses on appreciating employee through employee benefits. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Explain. First, can you take few minutes and tell me whether you are agreeing with this statement or disagree? Just read the statement again. So what is the answer? Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree, right? So then first you have to write that, then 1 mark will be given for that. Then you can explain simply, yes, non-financial mean the rewards that we cannot measure in terms of money, where financial is we can measure. So then you have to explain some examples for non-financial rewards. And then you have to prove that those are not giving any financial gains, but it gives a kind of like a intrinsic motivation to employees, where it will be again helpful to motivate them, right? So that's what you have to explain here. What does it mean by non-financial rewards? Examples, and then how it will be. That means you have to prove this. That means prove this statement, that those examples, through those examples, right? That's what you have to do. Then here, identify 3 functions of HRM and explain importance. So simply you have to write down 3 functions, any 3 functions. You can write topics of each lessons that we have learned. You can write examples like recruitment, selection, induction, hiring, training, development, any 3 you can write. Then you have to explain why those functions are important to company as well as employees. Right, for that 15 marks given. So mentioning of 3 functions, you will get 3 marks. Explanation part, that means if you explain those 3 functions, you can get 6 marks. Then remaining marks will be given for this part. And then question number 5, here it's a differentiate one. So if it is asking to differentiate, I told you better to draw a table and then differentiate. That will be more clear. So then here it's asking LIFO, FIFO method in layoff, internal recruitment versus external, occupational accidents versus diseases, training versus development, ranking method versus rating scale method in performance evaluation. Likewise, different terms given. So you can draw a table, in one side LIFO, other side FIFO. Then you can give definition, examples. If there are advantages, disadvantages, if you have learned in class, you can mention those. Anything you can explain, those will be considered as differences. Right, so that's how normally in paper will be. Only the paper structure will be mostly similar to 17B paper, where there will be a mini case. So we will have a break. After the break, I will give you to do that case study. I will upload it to LMS. Then we will be discussing the case study, because it will be an important part in your exam paper, since it's a compulsory one. So I will let you know how to write answer for a case study. Before that, we will have a break, and I will upload that case study to LMS, then we will do.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, for a group assessment, how many number of slides need for the presentation?
There is no limitation. You have to do, the time will be maximum 15 minutes.
Okay, minimum slide how much, teacher?
Minimum, let's say there should be at least 10 slides.
Minimum at 10. Okay, madam.
Yes.
Okay, madam. Thanks.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right, then we'll have a quick break. Okay, we will start. So now we are going to discuss the case study, but before that, I will give you time to complete it. I have uploaded the case study to LMS. You can find here in LMS. Yeah, under week 11, you can find the case study, right? So the case study is from 17B weekday paper. So first read the case study, and there are two questions. Case is relevant to employee grievance handling. Two questions are there. Just write answers in point form. Then I will discuss the answers. So we'll be giving you yeah, I will allocate you into maybe 3 groups. Then you can discuss within the group, and you can find answers, right? So write answers in your book, or maybe in a Word file, you can put answers. Then we will have the discussion regarding what are the answers, right? So I will give you like maybe 30 or 40 minutes. So go through the case study and then find the answers for the 2 questions, right? So case studies, they are in the LMS. Right. I hope that you have done the case study. So here the case is given where it's mainly about the some unwanted comments or that one person is giving during meetings, right? So due to that, there has been a grievance, right? And in relevant to the case, it's asking for the first question. Actually, you can write answers. That means you don't have to take anything from the case study. It's asking briefly explain the importance of handling above mentioned grievance for both tech today in company and incorporation and employees. So then can you give me points? What are the benefits of grievance handling for company or organizations? Any answers? I think we did this in class as well. That means the theory part. Yes, what are the answers? Yes, first tell me what are the importance of grievance handling for company? Okay, I will also wait till you are giving answers. I am also not going to give answers. Yes, any answers?
Employee
Yeah.
retention.
Maintaining
Yeah.
a positive work culture.
Yes, they can maintain positive work culture. They can make sure, yes, employee retention. What else? And another one, it will be helpful for the to maintain good image or reputation for the company, and to even enhance company performance, productivity. Any other? What about for
Preventing
yeah,
escalations.
sorry?
Preventing escalations.
Yes, that's also there. For the
Ensuring legal complaining.
sorry?
Ensuring legal complaining.
Legal compliance. Yes, that's one of the key thing also. Then for the employee side, mainly it will impact to their, I think, motivation, satisfaction. And also their health, mental health related issues we can overcome. Anything else?
Employee professional development.
Professional development, yes. Yes, so you can mention some of those points and then briefly explain in relevant to the company and employee, right? If you want, you can even relate those points to the case study as well. Or else, even though you haven't written anything in relevant to case, that's fine for this question, right? But for the second question, you have to apply to the case. It's asking the strategies that the company can take to this situation. When you're explaining those strategies, you have to apply grievance handling procedure, which means this one. In the slide, the process is there. This one. So you have to explain this process. So first you can explain the theory part. That means what does it mean by these steps? Then you have to apply this process to the given case, right? What is the problem they have faced? You can define it. Then here you can say how they can collect informations in relevant to that grievance, from where, from whom, those things you can mention. And then here you can suggest what are the solution or the strategies, right, from the company side. And then you can explain that you are going to implement that solution. So other steps you can just explain in theoretical form. Mainly you have to apply the case scenario to first 3 steps, right? And the question is mainly asking about what are the strategies that company can take, that you have to highlight in the 3rd step, that means the solutions. So can you tell me what are the strategies that you have suggested? Yes. You can even include by considering it's a disciplinary issue also, you can even include those disciplinary actions as well, where we will be giving first warning and then we'll be taking other things. Or else you can mention some other solutions that you can implement. Any answers for that?
Firstly, HR should formally acknowledge Gerard's grievance and ensure it is documented confidentially.
Yes. Yes, that's very important. I think I told you as well, when we are handling grievances, always we have to maintain documents. So yes, the initial step will be they will be having a discussion where they will gather informations about what is the thing that has been happened. What else? And they can even have a meeting with all the people who have been involved in this case, Gerard and who is the other one? Bethany, right? So then we have to hear from her side as well what it has been happened, because we are not going to take actions by only hearing to one side. So then we can conduct formal meetings. And initially we can advise, that means if it proven that it's actually that thing has been happened, then the initial step we can advise her to not to do the same in future, right? But if the actions are repeated, then we can think about other solutions to be implemented, what we can do, right? So those things you can explain. Mainly you have to apply this procedure, for that marks will be given. So that's how you have to answer for the case. So mostly in the case study, there will be 2 or 3 questions in relevant to a mini case will be there like this. And maximum 3 sub questions can be there, right? So remember, it's a compulsory question. And apart from that, you have to select 3, right? That's the format. Then are there any questions or anything that you want to know in relevant to assessments or anything?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
I need to know about the groups in group assignment. What are the groups?
Actually, groups, we have gone with the previous groups which you had. For the online, that means overseas students or those who are online, that means both online, local and overseas students, I told to have one group. And for the other exemption students, they went with the same groups as you had as in the previous semester. So if possible, each batch coordinators, can you kindly share with me what are the groups that you have formed? Because already there are groups. So in 18A weekend batch coordinator, then 18C exemption coordinator, and also in 18A weekday, I think there are two groups. Please share with me what are the groups, so then I will upload it to LMS. So then you can get to know what are the groups. Anything else? Right, give me 1 second. I will share the QR code. Okay, you can mark attendance.
Madam, can't see your screen.
Wait.
It's visible, madam.
Wait, I will share it. Can you see it?
No, madam.
What about others?
No, we can
Can
see,
see,
madam.
Okay, then
We can see,
for
madam.
you.
Ma'am, we can see the
We can see visible.
Visible, right? Okay. So others, those who couldn't see, I will mark. Those who have mark attendance can leave. If there are anyone who couldn't able to mark, let me know.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
thank you, madam.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Ma'am, I can't to submit the attendance. He asked
Okay.
the password.
A password is not there, right? Wait, can you let me know your...
Yeah.
Yeah, give me one
Except,
second.
okay. Exception 021.
Miss, I'm also can't mark the attendance.
Yeah, I will mark. So the previous one, what's your surname? Exemption 21. Can you tell me your surname?
Yeah, Muhammad Sajjad.
Wait. This one, right? 21.
Miss, I'm
Yeah, miss 21.
Okay, right. I have marked your one.
Okay.
Who else?
I'm
Exception
091.
Surname?
Chamudini.
Give me 1 second. Your attendance is there. Navoda Chamudini, right? That's
Yes,
one.
miss.
No. Yes, you have already marked.
ma'am, my attendance also okay, no, ma'am?
Wait,
Sajjad,
who is
Muhammad
this?
Sajjad.
Yes, I have
Is
marked
it-
yours.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, then are there anyone else? Javed, were you able to mark?
Yes, madam, I had marked.
Okay, right. Then you can leave.
Yeah, thank you.